Hello, it's me. You know who I am. This is, what's your name?
I'm Jacob.
Jacob.
Nice to meet you.
That's not a very Polish name.
Jakub in Polish.
Now we're talking. Well, G-Lab, you know, of course, Polish pioneers in loopers and crazy-looking pedals, but they've actually made a name internationally because, you know, they know what they're doing. And so I've just chatted with Jacob for a bit, and they have incredibly complex loopers, and we were talking about that most of you don't understand loopers and write me many questions, which is cool. You're welcome to do that all the time, but we all together want to make sure that you, guitar community, understand what loopers do in detail, preferably prefer his and then buy them. So he's going to show me, is that your top model?
We can say that this is the newest model. This is the new GSC4.
So there's one more that's higher, and otherwise this is the one of the biggest they have. And we're just going to talk about some functions and basic things about it. So take it away. Show us.
So basically, we've got the controller here, which can control loops, which means effects connected to those loops, which can control the amplifier with the switch outputs, and we've got the MIDI out to control the MIDI effects. Beside that, we've got here the power supply section, so we can power our stomp boxes. So basically, when we put the controller on the floor, we can control all the pedals with no problems, and we can power them. And we've got the complex solution for the pedal boards. So we've got the 6 loops with buffer, with input buffer, and we can turn on and off the buffer for each preset.
That would have been my question, because many people say, yeah, but I've got a fast phase and stuff like this. We don't.
Yes.
So
I can adjust the buffer for each preset with no problem.
For each preset?
Yeah, we've got 1,000 presets in 100 banks. So as you can see, we've got 10 foot switches here and 2 more for bank or preset up down. So in those 1,000 presets, we can set up every function we want to have. So each of these 10 foot switch can have different function, which means that I can use it as a preset just to recall some different settings in the MIDI, loops and amp settings. But I can also let such foot switch to turn on and off the loop, so it would work like the instant access switch.
Yeah, because many people want the instant access, because like some Chinese manufacturers, you can program them, but if you decide, I just want that one pedal, no, can't do it. You have to have it in a program, and that's always a problem.
Yeah, so you can work with that as an loop modifier. We call it modifier then. So you can use it also like the MIDI modifier. So you just turn on and off some, I don't know, Strymer, Eventide H9. There are very famous effects right now on the pedal board. So we can control it through MIDI, and then you can use such foot switch as a switch modifier, which means that you can replace the foot switch of your amplifier and then turn on and off some functions like loop, reverb, or the channel 1, 2, or any other function that the amplifier has. Usually it would work with a standard stereo cable from our 3 stereo outs. You can choose if those outs would work in the latching or in the momentary way. So you can choose it for each relay actually. So you've got 6 relays, and if some amps would need some more extended solution for switching, like Fender amps, then you can use one of our adapters. They are available on our website.
You also have outboard boxes that can be controlled with MIDI. If you want to extend these in any way for switching, and also more loops. I saw that on the biggest model you have, you can extend them in groups of 6 and add as many loops as you like. On this one is 6 loops the maximum, and then you have to buy a MIDI capable loop box.
Yes, actually we can use small loops like M4L, which means 4 loops more, or M2L, and it could be controlled through MIDI. So everything with one press, still with one press, so that this is not a problem then. And of course we've got a very nice display. So right now I cannot show it, but the display will show you the
Yeah,
nice.
trust me, it's very bright, shows you a lot of information, but we're not gonna be here at the freaking Musikmesse Frankfurt showing you all the details of a display on a looper, the functions of which you usually don't understand because you're freaking guitar players. Guitar players, they want to plug in and play usually.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, what you make, they need. So we need to make sure that those simple people understand how to use it.
Yes, exactly.
See, I studied sound design, so I had to learn MIDI bit by bit. I know the MIDI implementation, but the average guitar player thinks that a DIN port is a MIDI port. Oh, my amp has MIDI. No, it has DIN.
Of course.
So
yes.
I explain that a lot. But you know what? That's what I'm here for. That's why you love me, because I explain that a lot. So way cool. And maybe in the future, if you guys want to see more, we make some kind of deal and we're gonna make some nice G-Lab demos and show these in the most incredible, unnecessary detail that is possible on YouTube. And then Leslie, who is behind the camera, will be very bored because for a week she has to help me make demos for loopers. Cool. Well, thank you so I'm gonna shake your hand. Thank you so much, Jacob.
Thank you very much.
And see you guys.